I bet y'all thought this was my natural hair. Wrong answer, but this is my hair, okay?
All about natural beauty, yeah, Slim Rushy.
What if I told you this was my natural hair? I know you clicked on this for a crochet hairstyle, and that's exactly what you're gonna get. This video is sponsored by Hot Braids, and I'm gonna show you guys how to get this super natural looking crochet hairstyle. I am so excited about this hairstyle, so let's get into what you're gonna need to achieve this. I have a spray bottle, as well as some edge brushes, clips, and tools that were provided by Hot Braids, and a crochet needle. This is gonna be essential. Now, the next step, you wanna make sure you have a nice clean base. So this is the braided base that I have up under the crochet. What I basically did was do 2 anchor braids around the perimeter of my hair. As you can see here, I have a middle part with leave out, as well as the entire perimeter of my hair braided down, so that can be our leave out. From there, I basically did an anchor braid and straight backs for my braid pattern. Now, of course, this isn't a protective style if we aren't protecting our hair, so I'm going in with some hair growth oil and just putting that in my parts and really massaging that in and giving my scalp a little TLC before we get into installing the actual crochet. Hair I'm using today is the 4A4B Exotic Afro Kinky Coily Crochet Human Hair. This is from Hot Braids, and it only comes with 1 bundle. However, it is 250 grams, and we are using the 20-inch length. So this is what 1 crochet piece looks like. It kind of has a thin pre-looped portion of the hair, and then the kinky coily texture comes from there. I installed this basically like any other crochet, where I place the crochet needle under my braid down, pull in the loop under my hair, and then pull the excess hair through that loop. By doing this, you can secure the hair, and because you have that pre-loop portion that is very thin, I feel like you don't have to do any double knotting or anything like that to keep this hair in. So far, I haven't experienced the loops coming out or loosening while I've been wearing this hair. One thing I will say, if you're starting off at the back of your hair like I did, space the crochet pieces out, because you will not need as much coverage in the back as you will need up top. Another thing you could do is start installing the hair from the front, so you make sure you have the coverage around your leave out as desired, and then making your way to the back. I'm just used to starting doing my hair from the back and making my way to the front, so I was trying to be very cognizant so I wasn't installing too much hair at the back and running out when I get to the front. Now, I did use this entire bundle of hair, and I think it is more than enough hair to give you a nice full look, but as you can see, it is very thick. She's very thick, very curly, and giving. So I'm like, okay, let me make sure that I am moving up to the front of my head and getting as much coverage as possible. Do I think I could have added more hair? Absolutely, because I love a thick, full, voluminous look. However, 1 bundle is just enough, because this made my hair look very full, but still wasn't like super heavy on the head. So I definitely recommend this as a protective style. And I'm not gonna lie, this is low-key coming in higher than me doing clip-ins to get a similar look, because this look really gave me like a K-tip vibe. It was very lightweight, very easy on my scalp. So let me show you guys up close how I installed the crochet. So I slipped the crochet needle under my braid and then just pulled out that pre-loop portion. Now you want to pull the ends of the hair through that loop and then tighten it accordingly. So you might think like, oh girl, this feels a little loose, she feels a little thin, but no, I promise she's gonna be secure and she's gonna give you a natural look. I think the thinness of the pre-looped area is great because it helps your hair lay flat. So instead of like using just regular loose hair for a crochet look, this is gonna give you a flat, more natural look. So as you can see, as I'm closing in the front of my hair and going around my leave out, I'm just making sure that I'm spacing out the hair to ensure that I'm having proper coverage around my leave out. Okay, y'all, this is what the hair looks like installed. This was 1 bundle of hair and it's giving type 4, okay? Now this is my first time doing crochet with like kinky curly hair. Actually, I've never done crochet like this in my life, so I'm really excited about this hairstyle because a lot of people make it look so natural. It almost looks like invisible K-tips. So I'm excited to see how this hair looks once I style it. As far as the weight, it feels so lightweight, but it's so full. So as you can see, for my braid down, I have a middle part of leave out as well as the perimeter of my head. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my leave out and then we're gonna style this hair. As y'all can see, this is a lot of hair, okay? So I went ahead and put my hair up into a loose pineapple so I could get to the perimeter of my hair so I could take down my leave out. So I just untwisted the perimeter where I braided my leave out. And I just want to show you guys how natural it looks with minimal leave out. When it comes to styling kinky coily hair, I always encourage you to treat it as if it's your natural hair. So first things first, we're going to dampen this hair with our spray bottle. And I'm taking this curl creator as the base of my wash and go combo. Now, of course, I'm detangling with my tangle teaser, and then I'm gonna layer on top this foam mousse. I feel like this combo defined my curls really nicely. As far as the wash and go method that I used today, I did my normal detangle and shingle vibe. So I detangle with the tangle teaser, and then I shingle and finger coil each curl as I go through section by section. As you can see, this curl pattern matches my natural hair so nicely. Like, the difference between it being dry and not styled versus it being styled in a wash and go with this product literally mimics my natural curl pattern. So I already know it's going to be super easy to blend my leave out. So this is what my leave out looks like beforehand. I go ahead and add the water and then add the products to my hair, and I do the same method. I shingle and finger coil my leave out, and this is literally all you have to do if you have a similar texture hair, because it's gonna blend so effortlessly with the hair that we just crocheted in our head. Now, once you finish styling the hair, you want to go ahead and lay down your baby hairs. I like to do this before I sit under the hooded dryer so my baby hairs can already be laid and slayed, okay? So I'm just using that edge brush that was provided, as well as some gel or like your favorite edge control to lay down your baby hairs. And you can do this anyway. I like a little bit of a dramatic baby hair look, so that's what you see me doing here. Now, one more thing I did before and after I dried my hair is just to trim up the ends of this hair and make sure I didn't have any long hanging straggling pieces. So I just did a quick dust of the ends here before we dry the hair, and this is what the hair is giving. You cannot tell me this isn't my hair and it hasn't grown from my scalp, okay? Like, and because it looks like this as it's wet, I already know it's gonna eat down once it's dry. So I did sit under my hooded dryer for about 30 minutes to an hour to make sure my hair was fully dried, and this is what we're looking like fresh from under the hooded dryer. Very shiny, very curly, very defined, but still voluminous. Like, I'm excited for the finishing touches. All right, y'all, it is the next day. My hair is fully dry, and now it's time to kind of zhuzh it up. So first and foremost, when it comes to blending your leave out, sometimes, like, obviously my hair is shorter than this hair, so sometimes if it's sticking out like these two pieces, I will like take a piece of the hair and just kind of twist it together, just so that like the ends aren't just free range out here. So I'll just kind of twist it together. And because the hair is in like a natural curly state, one, you're not really going to notice that it's twisted, but two, it'll keep those shorter pieces from like standing out. This is what my leave out looks like. Now for the top of my head, that's not my business, but I will show y'all. This is how it looks. I did like kind of crisscross crochet a little bit in the back of my head. If you have gaping parts like I did, you can also spray like some root touch up to cover up your roots to make it like look a little bit more natural. All right, so I just trimmed up the ends a little bit to give it a little bit of long layers towards the end, and I think this looks really cute. I also twisted in some of my hair with the hair so it kind of blends a little bit more, like the trick I was talking about earlier. And then I'm just gonna go in and gently fluff at the root. Anytime I have like naturally curly hair like this, I treat it like it's my real hair, which means I need to wash it after a week of my wash and go. I try not to go more than a week in the wash and go because curly hair can get matted very easily. So within a week, I should be washing this and, you know, redoing my wash and go and that kind of thing. But I want to see it grow, so I'm gonna keep the definition going by not picking it out too much. Technically, I could get away with the flip over method because you can't really see what's going on. If you look, you can see like right here is a braid and you know the crochet is coming off of it. Again, you can hide all of this with like a root touch-up spray, and so you wouldn't see all the intricate details of what's going on up under here, but you would just see like, you know, black roots and then the hair. So I definitely think this is a versatile hairstyle. You could definitely do flip over if you leave your perimeter out as well as the middle part. It's just totally up to you how you want to style this hair. And I did leave out hair around my entire perimeter, which ideally, hypothetically, I should be able to, you know, pull up into a ponytail. Because we left the perimeter of our hair out, you should be able to, you know, put it in a bun like this. Now, you know, my edge is a little bit thinner, so I can't just be throwing it up without doing a little root touch up, you know, in the front and in the back. I typically would add like a scarf or something of the sorts on top just to cover up, you know, that little line of demarcation right there. But you could definitely like throw this in a bun, wear it in a ponytail, do half up, half down. It's basically giving sew-in but crochet. Like I said, you can also do like a half up, half down. Very cute. Like you can get a scrunchie or whatever and do like a half up, half down situation. It's totally up to you how you want to style this crochet. I will say this is my first time doing crochet on my hair for real. Like I've never really done a crochet style on myself before, besides like, no, I don't think I've ever really done a true crochet hairstyle on myself before. So this is definitely new to me, but she eats. I like it. I'm interested to see how long this is gonna last and, you know, how easy it is to wash and restyle installed on my head. But yeah, I think it looks very natural. It's going to be a hairstyle where I can just wake up and go, which I love that for me. So yeah, now we don't gatekeep over here. So if you're interested in this hair, make sure you check out the link in the description box so you can get this exact hair that I used. And once again, shout out to Hot Braids for sponsoring this video. Innovations like this is perfect because it's giving me more hairstyles to add to my protective style catalog, okay? So you will be seeing me rocking the curly crochet because this is very cute. After doing the braid down, I feel like the install was relatively easy, and you know, you don't have to have the cleanest braid down to get a cute look. So if you're interested in a hairstyle like this, go ahead and replay this video so you could go through it step by step so you could achieve this super cute, naturally curly protective style. As always, be kind, be true, and be you to the full. Bye!
It's Crochet, natural beauty. It's Crochet, oh yeah, Crochet.